So as you know, I had Oscar season, award season technically. And so everybody's having their own different little after parties. And so the Vanity Fair had their own Oscar party and everything like that. So in the midst of doing that, they had like, a carpet where you can interview different celebrities and everything like that. So they had, her name is, let me confirm for you right now. Her name is Hannah Berner. I didn't know who she was personally, but everybody got different, like we just mentioned, everybody got
different circles.
Right. So her and her co-host, Paige, and if I butcher your last name, I apologize. Her name is Paige DeSorbo. They were basically hosting a live stream, like where they did interviews on the carpet for the Vanity Fair Oscar party. So as they're doing this, they're interviewing all these different celebrities. They got all these different people, and of course, who pops up? Meg the freaking Stallion. So Meg the Stallion pulls up. They're doing her interview, and y'all, please listen to this.
You give so much confidence to women everywhere. What do you do when you're not feeling confident?
I start my day with you.
Only you. Oh my God! Wait, I'm gonna cry.
No, don't cry. We're live.
No, you're live stream. No, I know. No, your music has literally made me want. When I want to fight someone, I listen to your music.
Tearing up?
Because you want to throw that fighting shit out the window and you want to get cute and be a bad bitch. When people are talking shit, I go turn on Megan.
Body yada yada. I look beautiful. I look so great.
Wait, no, you look so good. But I know, because I watched your documentary, you've been through so many dark things. Yeah. How do you get yourself up and inspire people?
I've never seen her this passionate.
I just look in the mirror and I'm like, damn, you that girl.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, you are that girl. So go outside and act like you that girl.
No, we love being outside and acting like that.
I'm crying. Meg would be the one that made me cry.
I'm gonna take my picture.
True, don't cry.
I'm not gonna cry.
Do you cry a lot?
I do cry. I'm a crier.
I love that. What's your sign?
I'm an Aquarius.
Oh.
I don't cry about much. When I cry, it's for a reason.
Yes, you let it go. Well, keep like letting it all into your music. Never stop.
So y'all see that, right? We're gonna get into it. So after this basically was shown everywhere, they've taken the interview down since. So
but I made sure I clocked that tea before we got it.
We got it. Shayla snipped that clip quick.
Yep.
So they took that clip down. But after seeing how like viral it kind of went, because everybody was like, girl, what? She issued an apology. So basically she said, interviewing Meg the Stallion was a dream of mine. I love her music. It's my go-to whenever I need to boost my confidence before a show. Looking back at the interview, I wished I used another word except fight to describe how her music impacts me. And then she also said it was a careless choice of words. And though there was no ill intent, I recognize and acknowledge that what I said has deeper meaning. And I am so sorry to Megan. I appreciate everyone who brought this to my attention. Shayla, before you go, let me just say this, right? So like I mentioned earlier, Shayla and I are journalists. We've not only went to school for this, we've written articles, we've covered different events, we have written for actual like big name brands, right? And I'm not bragging, it's just a fact. It's a statement. It's true. So I feel like we consistently have this conversation a lot because we consistently see these different instances where we see influencers in spaces where journalists should be conducting these interviews, and they always say the wrong choice of words, right? Or they stumble and do different things, and it's just like, what? Like, and then we sit there and we look at them and we're like, why? And then everybody gets into this outrage, like, how could they say this? Why would you say that? The answer is simple. When you are a journalist, not only do you study the art of interviewing, writing, being on camera, doing all these different things, but it's a skill set that you literally fine tune like throughout the years of you doing these different types of coverages. You throw an influencer who doesn't have any of that experience, who doesn't have that fine-tuned skill set onto the red carpet or these carpets to interview these people, and then they always use the wrong words. And then you sit there and ask, like, how come this person was allowed to interview them? Because jobs are literally being taken away from journalists every single day. Layoffs are happening every single day for journalists because people rather gravitate to the people that they see on these different platforms where they're like, oh my God, I love them. I want to see them on the red carpet. And if I'm an influencer, I'm not giving no fault to them, because if I'm an influencer and you offer me that opportunity, of course I'm going to take it. Why would I say no? But at the end of the day, if you are not a journalist, if that is not the route, the profession that you have, when you make those mistakes, I'm going to look at you sideways, because this is not the space for you. And it's, yes, I said it's not your fault. It's the people who are literally putting you in these positions' fault.
But I agree. But I also want to mention journalists are not immune to making mistakes.
Of course not.
That very often it does happen. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Also, the other point to that is also like culture. Culture matters a lot. Rebecca listens to music. Yes, we do have artists that are similar, but we also listen to very different music. So the first point I want to make, as someone, I love music down, honey. Okay. Hip hop and R&B are like what I love, aside from like bachata when it comes to my Latina side. So I feel like if you are actually tapped into the culture and tapped into hip hop music, no one ever thinks of like, when I want to fight, I'm listening to Meg Thee Stallion. Like, no one ever. If you actually are a part of the culture and actually listening to the music, I do think that this person actually is a fan of Megan, but she likes like her photos, how she dresses, her vibe. I think she actually does not care for her music. And so she was so excited to like see her, like, oh my God, the girl that I follow, like the big name. And so she just wanted to make conversation. And to the point that we were just saying, as journalists, you are held to a different standard. It doesn't mean that you won't make mistakes. You know, we're humans too. But if you are being put in a red carpet as a journalist, if it's a good organization, you are probably have already been covering Meg Thee Stallion or the music for years now. So you already know. You know what I'm saying? You are already breaking down every new album, every song. There's a summary for every song. If you didn't know, talk to the music journalists. They know. There's a backstory, every rhythm, every line. They breaking all of that down. Music journalist. And on the other side, it is a business, right? Like these networks, the way we are going now, especially like when it comes to entertainment, it is a very hard battle between social media influencers and like real A-list celebrity, right? Like everything is being merged, and it is creating a conflict because you have people like Rebecca said that went to school for this, and then you have other people that feel like, well, you don't have to go to school for this. That's a waste of time. That's a waste of money. I can't just do it. I could just do it, you know, because I have the money, I have the fame, I have the clicks, and I get the likes. And a lot of these corporations, that's what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the point of having, yes, this very smart journalist that is going to give me what I need, but when I post this clip, no one's going to engage with it. Versus when you post a clip with a celebrity, no, not a celebrity, influencer who already has the follow, has the likes, and you could post literally them doing whatever, just using a sound, and it's gonna get you a million views. It really is a hard thing to balance. And I just feel like, well, as journalists, as media organizations, you need to pick what is your priority. Is your priority getting clicks and views? And if that is, then that is the right route to go to, or get the influencers, right? Because most journalists, no one knows who they are. They are behind the scenes doing the hard work. The same thing when it comes to TV. The producers, the executive producers, no one knows those people's names. They only know whoever the face is. So,
and that's true. And I just want to touch on, like, to your point of the girl, like, yes, everybody, most people, I'm not gonna say everybody, most people know who Meg Thee Stallion is, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, I just can't imagine where me here, like, sis, if you listening to body yaddy 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 and you wanna like nuck if you buck, girl, you fighting demons. You not like
That's what I'm saying. She don't really listen to Meg Thee Stallion.
You got
that's
other
obvious
things to worry about. Okay. But to your point, yes, there are journalists who make mistakes. But it's like, how many times do I need to see an influencer in that space making this same consistent mistake before we sit there and figure out what's the main problem? You know?
Child, money talks. It doesn't matter. They just dip their toes in. Their job is to make sure that they make engaging content. And that job was made. Whether it was at the expense of Meg Thee Stallion, the stats, honey, people gonna be talking about Variety for a week. They're gonna be on the headlines. She did her job, whether she intended it to go this way or not. A journalist probably, it's a double-edged sword. But let's move on to a little sports corner. Comment down below how you feel. Do you think that what she said was in good faith or no?